everybody, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A video, the first edition for the month of June 2015, here on the NoDQ.com website, as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A videos affiliate, ringsidenews.com. A lot going on in the world of WWE right now, coming off Elimination Chamber and Monday Night Raw. And in less than 2 weeks, we have yet another WWE pay-per-view, Money in the Bank. Got your questions here from spring.me/Aaron Rift. First one today comes from MMA Mike01. So Elimination Chamber was great, right? If an episode of Raw. Overall thoughts. A lot of weird finishes, and the IC title chamber match was worse. The worst match of the night, not including the non-important matches. Would you agree? If you missed it, make sure you check out my Elimination Chamber review video with Jeff Meacham, but I will go into a little bit more detail here about my thoughts on the pay-per-view or special event, whatever you want to call it. I felt that Elimination Chamber was a solid show. I enjoyed the tag team Elimination Chamber match, and I did feel the IC title chamber match was very disappointing. But here's the thing. We were not expecting this event. This was a show that WWE put together at the last minute. It was, I guess you could say, a bonus special event. So there's only so much complaining I can do. It was 3 hours of quality entertainment and $9.99 for 2 big shows in 1 month. Not a bad deal at all. To me, it was still a very solid show. And if I paid $50 or $60 for this, I would have been frustrated. But to me, it was a fine show overall. And I didn't mind the fact that it wasn't this blow-away, all-time classic WWE event. And I got this question here from Aaron Rift Guy. Hey Aaron, longtime fan. Question. While watching the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, I was wondering why the opposition teams were breaking up pins on the other teams. Wouldn't that help them possibly win the match? And does WWE think we are dumb? And he also wanted to add, don't you think it was a waste of time to build up the Lucha Dragons as favorites, only to have them job to the Ascension, who haven't been the same team since they were in NXT? Well, first off, yeah, I do agree with you. Did not make any sense for the guys to be breaking up pins because it's an elimination match. It's not a match where the first team to get a pinfall or submission wins. You want the other teams eliminated. So that did not make sense. And the thing that bugged me is it happened in both matches, not only the tag match, but also the IC title match. I'm like, really? And regarding Lucha Dragons, definitely, I think they should have been pushed stronger in this match, and they were to a degree, but, you know, it's WWE's even-Steven booking where every tag team needs to look strong, including the Ascension, including the primetime players. So I feel that if Tyson and Cesaro weren't going to be the last guys in the match, then it should have been the Lucha Dragons, just because WWE was in Corpus Christi, South Texas, and you have a larger Hispanic audience. Why not push the Lucha Dragons and have them almost win the tag team titles? And I got this question here, a related question here from Duval David 9. I want to know, what's your thought on the booking in the Elimination Chamber? How would you change the order of who got eliminated in the chamber match? Since Kevin Owens beat John Cena clean, is he going to come up to the main roster or not? Well, first off, regarding the booking, in the tag team match, I would have had the Lucha Dragons last until the end. I understand the even Steven booking, but some teams are going to get pushed and some teams aren't. Primetime players, they were not built up very strong going into this match. They were doing little vignette promos, but beyond that, they haven't really been pushed towards the tag team titles. Lucha Dragons have been doing very well. They have some momentum in WWE. Would have made more sense for them to be the last team in there. In Ascension, to me, it's too little too late. So to have them beating not one but 2 teams in the match just didn't feel like it accomplished much. And in the IC title match, I mean, I was fine with how they booked it, except for the fact that R-Truth beat Wade Barrett. I would not have done that. I don't think I would have put Mark Henry in that match. I think that Mark Henry brought the match down. It made it slower paced. And the last thing that match needed was to be slowly paced when the crowd was already tired from the John Cena Kevin Owens match. He needed something that was faster paced and just more exciting to watch. And moving on here to Kevin Owens and John Cena. That, to me, was the real surprise. I was not expecting Kevin Owens to beat John Cena. To me, that was definitely the right finish. I mean, Kevin Owens should be beating John Cena. That's the type of character he is. He's being portrayed as this dominant badass, and because of that, he needs to be taken seriously. With Sami Zayn and Neville, those characters are more like underdogs and they're baby faces. So it's okay for John Cena to beat those guys. But with Kevin Owens, it's a different dynamic. I just didn't think it was going to happen because of the fact that Kevin Owens did get the best of John Cena 2 weeks leading up to the pay-per-view. But so far so good with Kevin Owens. And I got a bunch of questions here regarding Kevin Owens and John Cena. Nick Lombardi 9. Hey Aaron, I don't know about you, but the only thing that brought this pay-per-view from being a D+ to a C was Cena versus Owens and Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. Personally, I think tonight I saw the worst 2 Elimination Chamber matches I've ever seen. What do you think? Please answer in video. Well, I disagree about it being a D+ or C. I think it was a B- show. I mean, that's what I said on the Elimination Chamber review video. And definitely John Cena versus Kevin Owens was a great match, but would we all have praised that match so much if John Cena had won? I mean, that's an interesting question. But with the way the match was going, I mean, Cena was kicking out of so many things. As the match was progressing, I felt to myself, Kevin Owens definitely has to win here because John Cena's looking strong as hell. So for John Cena to come back and just beat Kevin Owens, it would make Kevin Owens look really weak, and Cena kicked out of one of the pop-up power bombs, which I felt was a mistake. I felt that Cena shouldn't have kicked out of that. I mean, I understand the point of making John Cena look strong, but they should have just had Owens do all of his other moves and then at the end hit the pop-up power bomb and win. So that's the only thing I would have done differently, but it was an excellent match. I mean, really made Kevin Owens look like a star in one night. And I got this question here from Kayfabe Candy asks, did WWE on Raw do enough to put over that Kevin Owens beat Cena fairly? Yeah, I know Cole called it the biggest win ever, but he does that shit every week. Cena goes on and says Owens doesn't deserve the NXT or US title and he's not a real man, but Kevin Owens won clean. And he also asked, how confident are you in WWE and Cena that they won't ruin Owens' star-making victory by have Cena go all even Steven on him at the next pay-per-view? They did a great thing using Cena's star power to put over Owens, so why ruin it? If they do, which they will. Well, first off, regarding the promo, I felt that Kevin Owens did a tremendous job, and John Cena came out, he did the same type of promo he does every single month, and I wish Cena had come out and been a little bit more frustrated. I mean, that's the thing about John Cena and his character. He never seems to be bothered by anything. He always comes off as a guy who just stays positive no matter what, never loses his cool. He comes out, he's all smiling, and he really didn't make a big deal out of it. I would have liked to have seen something a little bit different, but John Cena still came out and gave his very passionate performance, and it succeeded in the fact that people are more excited now about this rematch, and you definitely have two divided groups of people. You have the people that are pro Kevin Owens and the people that are pro John Cena, the guy who never gives up, the guy who supports the sick children. John Cena is a hero to a lot of people, and Kevin Owens represents the new face of WWE, something different. So you have that major dynamic, and WWE was really playing up that on Raw with that promo. So it was a successful segment. Now, as far as how confident I am about WWE continuing to push Kevin Owens, and a lot of people are thinking, not only is John Cena going to get his win back here at Money in the Bank, but is Kevin Owens set to lose to John Cena for the next 3 pay-per-views in a row now? I mean, we saw that happen with Rusev. Rusev beat Cena at Fastlane, and then he lost literally 3 pay-per-views in a row to John Cena. Is the same thing going to happen with Kevin Owens? I don't think it'll be that bad for Kevin Owens. I'm expecting John Cena to get his win back. And that's one reason why I would have preferred this match had been delayed. Doing it 2 weeks right after the first one, to me, that's a mistake because you could have done a storyline where Kevin Owens said, I already beat Cena, I have nothing else to prove. And Cena, for several weeks, could have done everything in his power to try and convince Owens to do the match. And Owens can, have a period of time where he can brag about that win. If he loses to John Cena, it's only 2 weeks. Why not give him a 2-month period where he can talk about how he beat John Cena and he can go on a rampage? To me, it's just way too soon to be doing this rematch. Unless, one possibility is there will be a disputed finish or a double DQ, double countout. That was one of the possible finishes that I had talked about for Cena versus Owens at Elimination Chamber, where there would be a no contest. I even put that on a NoDQ.com poll, the option Cena or Kevin Owens or a no contest, because I felt that they would do something like that, some kind of screwy finish to protect both guys. So that's certainly a possibility for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, that it'll just be a no contest and they can do another match, maybe even drag it out until SummerSlam. A lot of people out there want to see the Joe versus Kevin Owens feud, and maybe that's why WWE's rushing this John Cena Kevin Owens thing. They could just do like a disputed double count out or double DQ, and then just go back and focus on Kevin Owens versus Samoa Joe, and then go back to Cena versus Owens at a later time. That's also a possibility as well. All right, moving on here from Caffel Prime. Hey Aaron, can we now confirm the John Cena curse? I mean, look at Rusev. He went from undefeated streak and U.S. champion to losing the title, losing every match with Cena, breaking up with Lana, and now he is injured. Keep up the good work. Greetings from Chile. Well, I'm very interested in seeing what happens with Rusev now. I mean, the injury definitely throws a monkey wrench into his whole storyline, and whatever WWE had planned for him, things might have to change now because of the injury. And that was a very interesting promo on Raw with him, depressed and upset. And I actually really liked it. I mean, it showed a lot of character, and, it was a side of Rusev we haven't seen. So I'm definitely curious, and maybe the injury will be a good thing for him because it'll give WWE time to think about the direction of the character and what they want to do with him in the future. And I got this question here from Raw is 3MB for life. Hey Aaron, first time asker. Did WWE publicly acknowledge why they are transitioning Rusev's character to the Bulgarian Brute instead of a Russian monster? Do you see this as a way for him to gain less heat and move him down the card? Thank you. I'm not really sure the exact reason why, and it could be to move him down the card, and they want to downplay, because all the talk in the political world over the past year or two has been the U.S. and Russia. So that's why they were really playing him up as the Russian monster. But now that storyline is done, there's no need to do the whole foreigner gimmick. So maybe that's the idea, that they just want to downplay the foreigner aspect of his character, and maybe give him some more depth. And we'll just have to wait and see how things play out. I mean, it's possible if WWE has a good storyline for him, he'll stay towards the top of the card, and he won't be pushed down, and he won't become the next Kozlov who teams up with Santino Marella, or for all we know, he'll end up teaming up with the Mega Powers and the Minor Powers, or whatever they're called, and he'll be the opening match pre-show comedy act. Hopefully that doesn't happen, because I definitely see some potential. Based off of the Raw promo, WWE can definitely have an intriguing storyline with Rusev, and he can continue to be one of the main stars in WWE for months or even years to come, if they have a good story for him. All right, that'll wrap it up for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Thank you guys so much for watching the video today. If you enjoyed it, please share it with a friend on Facebook, Twitter, any social media website, anybody who watches wrestling. Have them check out NoDQ&A video, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Got a lot of videos coming up this week, tons of content. And of course, stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest regarding WWE Money in the Bank. And I will see you guys next time.